Alright then. There we go. That's at the right levels. These are at the right levels. Lovely. Great. Do we have any weird oscillating sounds in the background? Doesn't sound like it. Good. Good. That's what I'd like to hear. Excellent. A short stream tonight. This felt like it. We can maybe do a little bit more Christmas. I'm still tempted to try and finish out that arena, but I should probably make an episode of that, and I don't really want to do that tonight because I'm too tired. I've been fooling around with a bunch of other weird stuff that maybe isn't quite as good. Most of it sucks, I'm gonna be honest. A lot of the gimmicks are really bad. It's lucky to even get a win with any of them, even at low ranks. So, I mean, a lot of the stuff you find at low ranks these days is going to be a lot of the cheaper net decks, and they're usually really good. So, what the hell is this, and why is it... That's just terrifying. Let's find a different song. There we go. Let's go with that. So, throwing a gimmick up against one of the more efficient, cheap net decks, you'll usually lose. Because those decks are really good. Are they good enough to get the legend? Probably not, but it doesn't matter. Like, they're still good. Yeah, you're right, it wouldn't be fun if they were good. 2 backstabs, not a bad start. So, I'm playing this is a modified version of my old mill deck. My old rogue mill deck. It's had some modifications. Oh, we're playing against Mechlock. I mean, I'm fine with that. We got ourselves a backstab here. We can deal with that. And I'll throw out the Brewmaster. Let's get some control on the board. Why not? So, with the new expansion, there's a few extra cards you can throw into a mill deck for rogue, which makes it a little bit more effective. And Gallywix is one of those, of course. And you got a couple of other things. Just a couple. Things like Mechanical Yeti. It's a good way to get more cards into the opponent's hand if you're looking to burn and mill. Not a huge number of extra cards for mill, though. It's just a little bit more to make the gimmick work a little bit better. I mean, this is great, because I can probably just use my second backstab here and just keep fighting. Yeah, so why not? It's a shame I don't really have a turn 3 play otherwise. It's like, I could have sapped it, but, I mean, I'd rather save this for something scary. And I think it was fun. Oh, okay then. Well, that's that. I guess I dealt pretty well with him. Yes. Clockwork Giant. So, those are the other 2 things that I did to my mill deck. I put in Goblin Sappers and Clockwork Giants for obvious reasons, because it gives you a lot of power on the board, and you can put yourself in a pretty unique position whereby it's actually possible to get those out a lot earlier than you otherwise would be. So, you have an incentive for putting cards in the hand beyond just burning, which makes it a lot better. And you can win with that. Things like Mechanical Yeti are nice, because it's a good body on the board, and it also, you get the chance to get the Time Rewinder, which means that's another reset, potentially, on some of the stuff you're throwing at him. So that's always good. Does it make it more viable? Well, I mean, I don't think it does. Are we meant to be hearing another person? Don't believe so. Are you high? Mega G Wolf, are you high? I have to ask you this question. Holy shit. Who's he talking to? You! The rest of you, god damn it. Let me introduce you to the concept of streaming. So what happens is, I play a game and I talk, and you listen and watch. But whatever you're taking, could I have some? Because, like, I mean, come on, I'm a patient. I need whatever it is you've got at this point. Holy shit. Wow. That's incredible. Cho, interesting. Okay, well, we have Cold Light Oracle, which is always good. Might work. It's coining early. What's he getting out? Probably can't play Cho then as a result of this. Shielded Minibot. We could play Cho, but would it be helpful? Probably not. We're most likely not getting anything out of Cho. The main problem with Shielded Minibot is that it just outright kills Cold Light Oracle, so we're going to have to end up taking probably 4 damage from that. It's just a really good card. It's incredibly good. One of the best cards Paladin has right now. Absolutely phenomenal card. And he Direwolf Alphas it, just to make it even worse, so take a little extra damage from that. Mill also has problems in keeping yourself alive in the early game. I think we'll just drop the Dancing Swords here. We don't have any of the big cards to drop on him quite early, so I'm just gonna hold on to it. I don't have a giant and I don't have a sapper. Mill deck's pretty ineffective. Like, there's the Druid kind of Christmas gift one that I'm playing has had some wins under its belt, but I wouldn't even call that a win. I mean, look at this. This is what I'm saying, like, even at the lower ranks these days, you're gonna be fighting really, really good stuff. So, you need to watch out for that. I could Shadow Step bounce that, but frankly, that's just excessively silly. It's like, putting Cho on the board might not be the worst idea now. Do I want to sap the Aldo Peacekeeper? Fuck no, I don't. Because I'm going to be down at 15 health, and I'm not even on, like, turn 5 yet, so... I think almost if you want to mill, you've got to add something like, say, Ancient Healbot in there. Antique Healbot, even. Cog Hammer. Alright, that's bad news. Could definitely do without that. That's going to hurt a lot. Things like with the... I think it might be the current meta with a lot of the stuff we're fighting at the moment, but I find that Mill has a lot of problems against a lot of these cheaper decks because they're full of like 1s to 4 drops. Like, they're not full of really big scary creatures that you have to hold in your hand for a long time. So that's, I think, one of the main problems. We can take them up to 10 cards, but like, there's no point. I don't have any giants and I don't have any sappers, so I think I have to sap the Elder Peacekeeper at this point. It's really the only way I'm getting anywhere, and unfortunately it also means giving him a sap. But that's not necessarily the worst thing. Like, I wouldn't mind him sapping either of these things on the board. In fact, we can't... It's a shame we could have milled him there. We could have gone, like, Shadow Step and then, I think, Cold Lighted again, but I don't like it in that situation. We can Shadow Step, though, which is going to result in him being milled for a card. Let's just do it, just for the sake of it. I mean, we can play that again later. Noble Sacrifice. I certainly would have preferred to burn something a little bit more effective than that, but yeah, I mean, if you play mill against stuff that's big and scary, like a mill against Control Warrior is pretty cool, because they're holding all the cards in their hand. Mill against Handlock is pretty cool. Mill against Zoo is fucking useless. And in this case, we're fighting a pretty like low-budget paladin, which... Oh, okay. Thanks! He actually buffed Lorewalker Cho with Stand Down in a strange act of what the fuck. And he gave him my Shadow Step back, which is very, very kind. Uh-oh. He bounced his Annoyatron back. Hi! Welcome back. Yep, Aldo Peacekeeper actually does make Cho stronger, as weird as it sounds. So we'll probably want to kill off Cho here so that we can now mill him. Well, the problem is we can't kill off Cho because of a Annoyatron. That's the worst fucking thing about it. Oh, man. This is an interesting situation. We can bounce him back into the hand, though, with Shadow Step, although that ends up giving him a Shadow Step. Let's pop that. We could also brew it. I can get him up to 9 cards... Yeah, I can get up to 10 cards. Let's Shadow Step him, and then we'll throw down Cold Light. So that gets up to 8. This will get him up to 10. And then we Shadow Step Cold Light and play it again. And then we just mill him for maximum cards. There we go. Could brew it, but like... Oh my god, Clockwork Giant. Fuck yes. Absolutely. Hello. And then we Shadow Step it. And then we play it again. He's gonna kill it next turn for that, like, guaranteed. Oh, burn his Avenging Wrath and his Equality. Oh, shit, Brewmaster, hi! You just came at the right time. There you go, hi. Fun shit. And, I think we play Cho again. There we go. I could have actually just backstabbed that Annoyatron. I probably should have. Yeah, he has a Shadow Step, which is... Gonna be a problem for Aldo Peacekeeper. The thing is, I can bounce my my Clockwork Giant back. So if he wants to Shadow Step Aldo Peacekeeper, then I can just Brewmaster. And I don't think he is gonna Shadow Step Aldo Peacekeeper. He's actually gonna sap it. All right. Yeah, he has that sap. It's fine. Again, it's like super cheap to play it again, and I'm gonna try and fill his hand up again since we have Cold Light. So it's not the worst thing ever. I'm just hoping he can't play any more damn cards. I do have Vanish, which is going to be really good here. Oh, he's Shadow Stepping the Aldor Peacekeeper. That's a little annoying because I wanted to try and destroy that. So I've got double Vanish, but I'm not going to Vanish this board because it's utterly pointless. So I think we're going to Cold Light Oracle. He's starting to draw pretty heavily. Oh shit, son. Double Giants. Double Giants. Here we go. There we go. That's what I like to see. And then we can, just because I don't want to mill myself, I'm going to backstab the Annoyatron, and then we'll just kill one of these. There we go. Oh, and he burns an Iron Beak. That's always good. Yeah, that's the thing about Vanish. You wait for him to put some scary shit on the board, then you vanish. You fill his hand, and then you vanish, and that's an automatic kill. He's down to 10. I don't know about an elite video. It might happen sometime next year. Like, it's a very slow game, and that's like half its beauty, but simultaneously what some people hate about it. Oh my god, equality. Fuck my life. Fuck my life. I should have seen that coming. I mean, I burned one of his equalities. Quality Consecrate. I just lost really big. That is nasty. Any other class, and that play would be very hard to deal with. But in this case, no. Oh, Muckler. Sweet. Alright, so Mill is still happening. But I'm really low on health at this point, so this is starting to get a little bit scary. Alright, so you got some bananas. I could play Leroy here, but it's pointless. It just gives him more 1/1s on the board, which doesn't seem like a very good idea at all. I think a Nubar Ambusher is the way to go here. Get some big scary bodies on the board. There we go. Loses a Noble Sacrifice. Well, it's a release version, though. Like, you can't make the, well, it's not complete yet argument if you've released it in full. That's the weird thing about early access and beta and shit now. As far as I'm concerned, as soon as you release it out of early access, that game is complete and ready for critique. And if it's not, you should never have released it from early access. It's that simple. But it's a very weird situation now for people. It's certainly something that I've been wrestling with. That fucking Aldor piece. He's Shadow... Oh, he's got a banana in it. Okay. Alright. Unfortunately, the Leroy Jenkins used to be a combo with Vanish. You could do it for 10 mana, but you now can't do it, which is really annoying. Well, I mean, the thing about early access is that that's kind of in the hands of the consumer at that point, because... Oh, this is going to be a real problem. I can kidnap it, I guess. Actually, I can't combo right now. I think I'm going to die anyway. The Vanish will help, but it won't kill the Aldor Peacekeeper. Oh, we can combo. That's good. If I wanted to, but I then, like, die the turn afterwards, do I? I'm not quite dead. No, I think I survived. We can kidnap the Peacekeeper, but that means he can play it again. Vanish destroys a lot of this shit, but it's ultimately, I think, not really that helpful. The thing is, we can play Muckler again. I could kidnap my own Muckler, but I can't combo it, so that doesn't really work. I could Brewmaster Muckler, but then I just die the turn afterwards, so... It's not really brilliant, is it? All things considered, this is not an incredible situation. I think we just have to do our best here, so... Vanish Sapper is probably the way to go. The thing is, he's going to follow the rules, the Sapper, again. But then again, we could just Brewmaster it. There we go. His hand's actually not full, strangely enough. Yeah, I think we have to give him more bananas then. There we go. Pull the Naja Protector out of that. It's not bad. But yeah, it comes down to the consumer at that point. There's not really a lot that games critics can do with early access because we can't dedicate enough time to keep updating people on the progress of it. So you either have to watch a specialist channel that's really just going after that game or that genre of game, or I just probably don't buy them. Like, it's really that simple. Don't buy early access games because there's no reliable way for us as critics to actually help you with them. I'm very close to dying. But this, I'm doing some fun shit, so that's okay. The problem is he's like pretty much burned his whole hand here. We can vanish most of it back into his hand. The question is, can I get anything else out of it and maybe burn some of the cards he has on the board? And the answer to that is no, we don't have the mana for it. I can't get anything. I can put, what, all of these cards back into his hand, which will take him up to, what, 9? And then he draws 10 again. I don't have anything else. Leroy Vanish now does not work. It used to. This is, I mean, I actually might throw Leroy out because of this. Because when he was 4 mana, what you could do is you could throw down Leroy, you then vanish. He's got 2 extra minions on the board, so you get more burn. But as it stands, it's not going to help. Yeah, I don't think we have anything that'll work here. I think we're pretty much dead. We can vanish to buy time, of course. That's about all we're getting. I mean, I could play Muckler again, I suppose. Which will cause 1 card mill. There we go. He loses Divine Favor as if that would have been any use to him. This Aldor Peacekeeper has followed the rules like half an army's worth of dudes. It's just terrifying. I could just kidnap him back again, but like, this is the problem. When you get to this point and you just fill his handful of bananas, you can easily just burn all of them again. Yeah, coin Leroy. New meta. Yeah, I think we may be dead, guys. I'm sorry. I can't keep it up. We are out of time, and I am dead now. Yeah, because I can get the Elder Peacekeeper off the board, but that's the only thing I can get off the board. GG. Oh, it was fun. But I mean, there's definitely situations where you can make this work. It's just a little hard to get anything done. But we'll try it again, absolutely, because it is a fun deck. If we get Gallywix out, then things start to get really fun. But yeah, I am definitely thinking of scrapping Leroy. I think, like, throwing 1 Mountain Giant. Yeah, Kidnapper is really weak, but it's also part of the theme. So you can't get rid of Kidnapper. Kidnapper needs to be lower health and cheaper. Because comboing a Kidnapper, comboing anything at 6 mana is very hard. That's the highest combo card in the game, isn't it? Yeah, I don't think there is any other combo card that costs 6 mana to activate. So, Kidnapper is really bad as a result. So, I would love to see Kidnapper reduced to like 3, maybe 4 mana. Thing is, like, you've got to factor in the cost of a sap there, so you've got to make the thing weaker. Maybe, like, make it 4 mana. Sap would be, what, 2, but you have to combo, so, like, you can maybe reduce the budget on that. Make it like a 2-3 or something like that, or a 3-2 with a combo return minion to hand. I'd dig that. That might work. But as it stands, 5-3 is a terrible stat line. I mean, fuck, it dies to 2 drops, for God's sake. It's absolutely pointless. Probably a bad idea to play that, but the thing is, we can reliably remove this next turn without it being a huge problem. Yeah, this is just a really good budget zoo, which I'll probably lose to. It's really that simple. I can't... The problem with zoo is they can dump cards from their hand very fast, so things like Goblin... These 2 Goblin Sappers in my hand are dead cards. And, yeah, I mean... I need something like Deathlord, or I need some reliable board clear. I don't have either of them, so I think we just lose this game probably within the next 3 turns. Oh, it's an Llama bot. Well, that is unusual. You generally don't play zoo with Llama bots, for obvious reasons. Oh, we got decent value out of the out of that though, so I can't really complain too much. Ambusher, yeah. All right, well, we can't do anything about this Llama bot, so let's see what he pulls. Fuck my life. Well, that is not a zoo at all. That is a thing I've not seen before, and I don't like it. Let's not. Let's just not. It's like, well, he dumps all the stuff down. It's like, yeah, that seems like a zoo deck. And then fucking turn 3 rag. Okay, yeah, right, fine. I see. That is a joke. That is beyond a fucking joke. Holy shit. Oh, wow. I mean, I'm not even mad, honestly. That is just the silliest thing. You can't help but laugh at that. It's just so obnoxiously unlikely. He's like, yeah, okay, I accept that. That is a thing I could have done nothing to prevent whatsoever. I'm just going to deal with that, chalk it up to a loss, and move on. Alright. Well, hopefully everyone got some nice Christmas gifts. We had a really good Christmas, actually. Unusually so. We weren't expecting to have a good one, because, you know, it's... Jen didn't really even feel like having Christmas, because obviously, like, since, what, April we've been dealing with the cancer thing, so, like, it's been a pretty shit year. You know, and we're still dealing with it for several more months. I'm two rounds of chemo down. I've got 6 more to go. I'm doing okay. I'm pretty sure I'll be fine, honestly. I'm just gonna throw that. Is that explosive trap? Probably. Yep. Okay, that's fine. And then cold light. So Jen wasn't really feeling like having Christmas, and I kind of insisted, and I felt a little bit bad. It was just like, I need something to look forward to because I'm feeling kind of crappy. And yeah, we had it. We had a really, really nice Christmas. Yeah, I got socks. I got 6 pairs of socks. I actually do need socks. I keep ripping them or stealing my wife's socks, and she hates me for that. So, I needed socks. But we managed to... Ooh, cool shadow step. Fun. I mean, it's not really going to get me anywhere, but... I can do it. Oh, I can play Clockwork Giant if I do this and hope it doesn't have Deadly Shot. Yeah. Yeah, so if I Cold Light again, I can then drop Clockwork Giant for 3 mana. There we go. Or I could throw down the Sapper, but Clockwork Giant is too good to pass up. And unfortunately, I can't kill that this turn. We can ensure that it dies to the Cold Light, though. Just throw a backstab on it. I should have done that next turn, because that's combo. There's no value in doing that. But yeah, outside of that, it was good. We had a nice Christmas. Jen's aunt came up from Ohio. She's just recently retired. She's worked her arse off for like a bazillion years, so it was nice for her to have a break. We managed to... This is all very boring stuff. I don't even know why you care. He runs Bestial Wrath. That is a thing that doesn't happen. Okay, well, I think we're going to be bouncing the giant back, because holy fuck, that was a lot of damage. He can't kill it this turn, though, so he's basically burned a bunch of cards, and I'm going to be able to bounce the giant back into my hand. The problem is I can't, unless I pull my other Shadow Step, which I didn't, I can't actually play that again. That's kind of annoying, so I can't use the 8 damage unless I want to sack the giant, which I really don't. I'd prefer to just bounce it, but that's a lot of damage he has on the board, and I can't answer it. So... I guess we can... We can't even kill that off. This actually sucks. We can't kill that because we can't backstab it because it's not at full health. Fuck my life. This is actually really awkward. What's the play here? Do I really want to run a giant into a bear and lose it? Do I really want to do that? Because, I mean, I can wipe the board, but I have to lose the giant to do it. I guess he's thrown so much at it that, frankly, it's probably worth... I mean, I can weapon, but if I weapon, I can't get the giant back. Thing is, I can do 8 damage to the face, which is worth, I think. Yeah, let's, okay, we'll knife it, we'll get rid of that. Unfortunately, we can't backstab it, which would be fucking lovely. And we'll do 8 damage to the face, and we'll throw down Sapper. That seems like the way to go. It's like, if he's gonna kill it, at least try and force him to throw the 4-3 at it, and then we get value. Giants aren't really the win condition. Actually, they kind of are. I'm gonna be honest. Giants and sappers are the win conditions. If he's gonna kill a giant, I'd rather he lose a lot for it. I don't like using 8 damage to, like... 8 damage is almost a third of his health. So it's like, that really should be on the face. As far as I'm concerned. So I think that was the right way to play. But yes, anyway, back to the pointless furniture rearranging nonsense. So, we had this giant fucking suite upstairs that really is far too big for the media room, which is where, like, all the consoles and the TV is. So, we had that... We went to H.H. Gregg and bought some recliners instead, like the powered recliners, because frankly, they're just more convenient. And most of the time, it's like 1 or 2 people in there at most. We don't need a giant fucking sofa in the media room. It's pointless. So we got some nice recliners, which is pretty good for my back. So I'm happy with that. Really comfortable. I could sleep in those fucking things.
Nah, I need something dirtier than that.
And then we had the suite moved downstairs into what is basically an empty living room, and then now it looks great. It's got a Christmas tree there. It's got the suite there. It was like felt like a home for a long. You know, we haven't had that for a while. So, okay, so we actually do have an answer to this, which is great. So what we're gonna do. We could vanish, but that would be silly. What we're going to do is this, and then we're going to do this, and this is a little bit worrying on the damage, but if we're going to race him, we've got power on the board to do it. So, yeah, we just had a really nice Christmas, had a nice dinner. Everyone was really happy with their gifts. I managed to successfully buy perfume for my wife without asking anybody, and without buying a perfume that she'd previously owned, and didn't fuck it up, which is apparently very difficult to do, so I was pretty proud of that. But more importantly, I managed to get her a gift which I was really happy about, because it made her life a lot better. She's got a condition which makes her feet... It's basically a kind of neuropathy in the feet. Her circulation in the feet has got so poor that, like, the edge of her toes goes, like, blue and then black, which is just disgraceful. Really, really bad. Like, horrible, horrible thing to have happen. Ooh, fun. Cool, we could bounce that again and then hit face again. This is actually turning out fairly well. So, let's do that. I'd rather hit first. That's 5 damage wasted. I don't like that, but I think 6 to the face makes more sense here. There we go. It's a bit risky to leave the Ray Leader, but I'm relying on the fact that he doesn't have a charge minion. And I think Cho out here is now good, because he might have some spells, so let's at least steal them. Yeah, anyway, so the stuff's... it's a pretty nasty condition. Like, she's been really uncomfortable as a result. And, like, it's obviously caused a lot of pain. So I bought her... let me see what it's called. Actually, it came as kind of an 11th hour gift idea. And it's just like on Amazon called Foot Vibe Vibration Massager, which is like sold by a company called Foot Smart. And it's by a company called US Clean. And it's essentially a reflexology foot massager, electronic, with infrared heat. And also, like, magnetic vital acupuncture point bullshit. And I was like, maybe this will work. Maybe this will actually, like, help her circulation and improve her life. That was the thought coming into it. I think... I'm thinking about Vanish here, actually. Vanish will cause... Mill. It will also give him a Vanish, but I'm okay with that. It's like, do I want to kill his Misha first? Yeah, I think we just Vanish. And, yeah, knife. Kind of playing delay at this point. Although I want to be careful with that, because he does have... I'll put Joe down again. Okay. Burn his Timberwolf, wow. But yes, so she used it, and she's like, this is the best thing you've ever bought me. Like, basically within a couple of minutes of treatment, her feet were warm again. Like, the toes had changed color. Like, she felt circulation in her feet again. So apparently the thing really fucking works. I actually used it for about a minute. It was so goddamn intense I couldn't handle it. It was like, holy shit, this is insane. But Yeah, so I'm really happy. I've actually managed to buy something that didn't suck, so that's lovely. And we'll kidnap you again. There we go. But I need to be careful playing delay here, because I only have 11 health. Yep, so it worked out well. And Orion got everything he wanted. He's been after a bass clarinet for ages. He started playing clarinet. He's really enthusiastic about the notion that he wants to play bass clarinet, and we did eventually get him one. It's damn huge. It's fucking enormous. It's as tall as he is. Misha's back again, guys. It's like, just let me play. No, Misha, back in the box. If I had a way of getting rid of Misha now, I'd be able to hit him for 11, which is why I'm kind of disappointed that I don't. I do, but I have to fucking bounce a kidnap, and I'm actually gonna lose here. Unless, like, hi, Trade Prince Gallywix, you're a little late. Yes, so I think we probably lose. I'm gonna have to trade now, I think, as much as I didn't really want to. Even then, I think I'm dead, because yeah, I'm actually dead. God damn it. Unbelievable. I am dead because of what has got on the board. Yeah, well played. It's a silly deck. It doesn't really work. Ever. You gotta play against some pretty bad decks to get any successful mill out of it. Let's switch over to Christmas deck. I actually have more success with this deck than I do with Rogue Mill. Rogue Mill barely ever works. This actually works sometimes. You actually got to sound out my oboe. I put my oboe together for the first time probably in 10 years yesterday. It needs a lot of work. It's got to go to a professional maintenance thing. It's a pretty high-end oboe because I used to be very good. Not anymore, but I used to be very good at it. Put it together. He actually managed to get a sound out of a double reed, which is impressive. Like, a kid that age generally can't handle that, but he managed it, so... But I can still play. I've still got the dexterity. I still remember all the fingers. The damn thing needs maintenance and needs recorking and everything. I'm considering playing again next year. I was just interested in seeing if I could even play anymore, and I can, actually. I can still play. But what I'd really like to do is maybe make some stuff for SoundCloud. But I'll have to practice, because that is not an instrument that you can just jump right into. You've got to callus your lips over again, so I'll need several months of training again to get back into playing it. But I'm gonna get it fixed up. Okay, Millhouse might be a play here. In before execute. But yeah, I used to be good. I used to be principal oboe of the Durham County Wind Ensemble, who were very, very good. Frankly, I was excellent, but yeah. It's a long time. How did I overcome dyspraxia at learn woodwind? Didn't look at the keys. Simple as that. Dyspraxia is primarily a hand-to-eye coordination issue. If you're not looking at what your hands are doing. It's the same reason I learned to touch type before I learned to, like, properly type. I'm gonna get great trades out of this. This is actually awesome. Millhouse's value. There we go. So, what was I saying? I've lost my train of thought. So the story behind me, like, stopping playing oboe is kind of sad. It's the reason why I now despise bureaucracy in all its forms, because basically bureaucracy killed my passion for music. The band that I was in was run by a couple of absolutely phenomenal guys, both like ex-military, incredibly talented, really enthusiastic teachers. And we actually traveled to, it was my first international flight out of the country, was to Canada when I was 12. And we went to play in Canada. We did 4 tour dates in Canada. We played at like Niagara Falls and everything. It was amazing. And a few years later, we went to Malta and did the same thing. We actually did a concert in the middle of a village. They shut down all the roads. We played in the town, basically in the middle of the town. And everyone showed up to listen, and it was an incredible experience. And these guys were so enthusiastic. We had we practiced every 2 weeks on Saturday, and the practice would be basically an 8-hour session. And we played all sorts of things. We played like show tune stuff. We played a lot of film music. We played actually a lot of American military stuff as well. There was pretty complicated piece called The Blue and the Grey. We played that, and that was actually, it's a Civil War suite, strangely enough. Again, we're very good at what we did. And what happened was, through a series of bureaucratic bullshit decisions, the two conductors got driven out of the band. By paper pushers, basically. For no good reason. None at all. They're incredibly talented, really enthusiastic, passionate guys, and they got pushed out because the Durham County Music Service was more fucking interested in its own little bullshit, and someone was intrigued by the idea of having their own little fiefdom. Oh, cool. Actually, that works. There we go. I gave him a Sword of Justice, which is not good, but hey. And they were driven out, and that's when I stopped playing oboe, and yeah, I was diploma level, actually, at that point. I was pretty good. I was getting taught by someone who played in numerous philharmonics, like, because regular teachers weren't good enough anymore. It was, yeah. I was good. But, yeah. Unfortunately, bureaucracy killed the cat and the band, you know? It was sad. But, you know. Oh, wow, he burned his own Sword of Justice? I gave you a Sword of Justice and you burned it? Wow. Oh, that's actually... Oh, he didn't charge with it. That was a mistake. Alright, well, well, putting down another Death Lord's actually kind of bad here. Yeah, we get to kill that. That's fun. That's phenomenal. I think I just put down a Yeti and then go face. I should have actually armored up. Actually, it didn't matter which order I did it in. I could have made a career out of it, yeah. Not that you make much by playing oboe, gotta be honest. But yeah, I mean, I was on the level where I could have played in big orchestras. The thing is, I didn't like that. Like, I don't like playing classical music, which is why picking an oboe is a very stupid idea. I like playing jazz, which of course you don't do on an oboe. You can't get into a jazz band as an oboist. It's I actually auditioned for one, and they said to me, like, we would let you in, but like, you're an oboist. Like, what? We can't. You don't put oboists in jazz bands. I actually transposed all the music on site. They gave me a saxophone part, and I just transposed it in my head. I used to be able to do that. Probably couldn't do that anymore, honestly. Rusty Hawk. Why would you put Taunt on Warsong Commander? I guess if you're really desperate not to die. Unfortunately for him, we're going to try and kill him anyway. Well, we have our Wrench, which is lovely. That means we can get rid of that. And that blows up fairly easily too. And then we probably just throw down Arcane Golem. And yeah, but I think we just flood the board and murder him at this point. So yeah, I told you, this deck is actually not awful. Yeah, it was a military style band. Not a military band per se, because that would involve actually being in the military, but the two guys that ran it were ex-military, so they ran it like a military band. Big on discipline. And they were very good at inspiring people to be really awesome. But it was kind of like, almost like a big band, but you had more woodwind than you would have in a big band. There were no strings. It was woodwind, brass, drums. There was like one guitarist as well. Yeah, basically the kind of band that would play a lot of film music, only without the string section. I liked it. I enjoyed it a great deal. Very cool part of my childhood, but yeah. I certainly hope that I'll be able to play my instrument again. That would be cool. Just recording a few things to SoundCloud would be nice. So I can play pretty much anything. Just I would need a bit of practice. Well, I already can play it decently. I tried. I can still play the full range. I still have all the finger dexterity. I can do all my goddamn arpeggios. I can do all of my chromatic scales, all of the complicated stuff. I can still do it. It's just, unfortunately, the instrument requires a lot of maintenance, and it hasn't been properly maintained in, like, 10 years. So, it needs fixing. It's an expensive oboe. My parents spent a lot of money on that when when I was kind of becoming obvious that I was getting really good at it, they graduated me from like a, you know, kind of starter robo to something custom. It's an amazing piece of kit. But yeah, I can play. I can't play very well right now. I'd prefer not to give people any impression of how I play until I'm actually back up to at least comparable skill level. So, yeah. Maybe at some point next year. We'll see. Yes, outside of that, that's really about it, isn't it? I don't think it's not really much else to say about that. Ah, well, I will say, being an oboist and being a good one did bring a lot of female attention when I was a lot younger. Unfortunately, I don't know, I was popular with older girls, but like, I think it was really a kind of as an also cute thing rather than I would like to date this person, so yeah, no. There's a wisp in it. What the fuck is this deck? This is a man that dropped a wisp on me and is actually gonna get that up to a 5/5. What the? That you had no right to be able to do that. Oh my god. Who the fuck runs Wisp? Alright, out of fucking principle. Fuck your questing adventurer. Oh my god. I'm considering dropping Grove Tender next turn. Turn 6 Malorn. Sounds pretty good. I don't know why TV shits so much on Wisp. Because it's awful. Why the fuck would you run it? Yes, you can use it for combos. He's a Druid. He's a fucking Druid. I can see running it in a rogue deck. But seriously, you'd run a target dummy. You'd run a mech rogue deck with a target dummy instead of a wisp. People don't run wisps. You just don't. Because it's dumb. It's really that simple. I mean, what else is there to fucking say about it? It's stupid. I think we got some more cards as well, so we've got some more options here. There you go. Have some more cards. Have more cards. This is the Christmas deck, after all. You get gifts. Everyone gets gifts. Zero cost equals infinite value. Yep. That's it. It's like with limited draw.
None.
Hello, Black Knight. Oh, ho, ho. Eesh. This might be a poison seed situation, because holy crap. That is unpleasant. Well, I was thinking of dropping Malorn, but that's a lot of shit he just put on the board. Malorn still might be a good option, but he's slow, and that means that I lose both of these cards. Thing is, I'm going to lose both of them anyway, but we can turn it... Yeah, fuck it. Let's just get rid of those. Poison Seeds is the best play here. Let's just reset the board. This deck works best when you go late game with it. I have both of my Trees of Life and my Malorn. So, we're going late. We're looking for fatigue here. Hello, Corehound. This is a very interesting deck. I think this guy is a new player who is playing a lot of basic cards. That's why he has things like Lord of the Arena and Corehound. But hey, all credit to him. He got to rank 20 with it. Can't fucking argue with that. And I actually don't have an answer to the Corehound, which is hilarious. There is nothing in my deck which will currently... Well, there's nothing in my hand that will answer this Corehound, probably because I burned my Naturalize on a fucking questing adventurer. So, this Corehound is going to be a fucking nightmare. It can actually straight up kill Malorn. Straight up. And we'll throw down Zombie Chow here as well. So this is, again, one of these situations where he drops a Core Hound, which is usually not a very good card, but it's actually fine here. That's like the thing about Core Hound. Core Hound costs the same as fucking Malorn. Malorn is better in every way. He's buffed it! Is he going to attack the face? He might. I'm actually okay with him attacking the face because I have Tree of Life. My hope is he does. Is he going for me? Is he going for it? Holy shit. This is a really silly play. And... yes, yes, absolutely. Okay, so this is where we make him fucking sad. I'm very glad he went for the face. Like, in any other circumstance, this would be a terrible idea. In this circumstance, this is the best possible thing that could have happened to me. So, here's what we do. I think, actually, we don't even play Tree of Life right now. I really don't think that we do. I think we play it next turn. Because I think we can get away with it. I think we can also get away with Millhouse Mana Storm. Alright, I'm taking a huge fucking risk. If he kills me now, I am a moron. And I want you to call me a moron. Because I could have played Tree of Life here to go right back up to 30, but I'm being greedy. And I want to get higher. I want to get one more turn out of it before I drop Tree of Life. And I may have just killed myself. So... You get to call me an absolute moron if I just killed myself. He's Starfiring... If he has 2 Starfires and he didn't kill me, I don't know what to say. This is really greedy, by the way. But... I might get away with it. Oh, holy shit, 4 stack max. Oh, fuck. Okay, Naturalize would be lovely. Well, I guess he doesn't have a way to kill me. But 4 stack max is kind of scary. I think... oh my god. Yeah, I can't... I'm gonna have to hit... yeah, I'm not gonna push it one more turn. That is insane. Alright, okay, we're doing it. We're doing it. Tree of Life. Well, I don't know, he might not have had lethal. Like, yeah, he Starfired. The thing is, if he'd Starfired my face, that would have been bad, because Tree of Life would have reset it. Thing is, I'm not going to kill him, because his 4 stack max is going to kill that. And it's going to stay on the bloody board as well. 4 stack max is great. It's fucking amazing. I mean, at least for, like, a newer player, because it's a common 7/7/8 body with Divine Shield. Like... it is almost impossible to get 2 for 1 out of this. I couldn't pop it because I would have needed 11 mana to do it. Otherwise, what I would have done is I would have popped it, taken myself down to 3 health, and then Tree of Life. Look at this shit. Like, he's now dropping everything. Oh my god. Holy shit. Oh, thank god, Naturalize. But now, which do I want to Naturalize? Do I want to Naturalize the fucking Frostwolf? I guess, yeah, I do. I maybe could have got away with that. I should have probably pushed it one more turn, but... that is a scary board he just threw at me. I don't know if we're going to be able to get to Fatigue. That 4 stack max is going to be a nightmare. I'm going to need Recycle at minimum, but then he gets to play it again. So that is going to be terrible. This is brutal. We're looking for Fatigue, but I don't know if I can do it. Oh, great. People having a goddamn Gamergate argument on my fucking Twitter again. Which is infuriating because I didn't say a damn thing about it. Ugh, can't stay out of that shit. I am done talking about it, though. It's just a waste of time. Why the fuck? I'll talk about ethics, because I've been talking about ethics for 3 fucking years. It's that simple. Yeah, see, this is a board which I'm going to have a little bit of trouble dealing with. This is looking ugly. Please get me a time rewinder. No, Whirling Blades is shit. Oh my god. Alright. Alright, guys, are you ready for... We're ready to hold out? We're ready to hold out? Jesus God, why? Alright, prepare to hold out. We're not dead yet. He doesn't have enough damage on the board to kill me. I have Tree of Life. We can live through this. I took my Twitter back today, just for today, to make sure that I could get the damage. Oh my god, this Force Tank Max. I need a Recycle. I think I use both my Naturalizers, don't I? Or a Poison Seeds would be good here. No, I'm not 100% sure why he just did what he did. That was a little weird. Why would you silence a zombie Chow? I think he misread what the Chow does. He's down to 4 cards, but I don't think I'm going to live. The problem is I'm on... What are you doing? You had lethal! He had lethal! And now he buffs them! It doesn't matter, I'm going to lose anyway, but oh my god. Alright, Tree of Life. Just because he's probably just going to concede now, because reasons. I think that he even still has lethal on the board, I think. No, he doesn't have 30 damage on the board, does he? He's close to it. Yes, he actually does have lethal. No. Did he not attack twice with that? Oh, Jesus. Well, as I said, don't need a great deck to beat this one. Shame I couldn't burn him anywhere near as much. Like, this Force Tank Max. Hi, Malorn. You're a little late. No, you don't get to call me a moron, because I got away with it. I died anyway, but not till like 10 turns later, so it doesn't count. I think he missed about 5 lethals, I'm gonna be honest. That was a very, very strange game. Oh dear. This is not a bad opening hand at all. The comeback wasn't real. Like, there are actual situations where you can make a comeback there, but if he... The problem with Tree of Life is it basically takes you an entire turn to do it. And if he already has stuff on the board, then he gets a huge tempo advantage. So really the only way to do it is to either have something good on the board already and some kind of board control, and then play your Tree of Life so you can trade well, or to have Poison Seeds so you can clear the board of powerful stuff. The other thing that makes this deck work sometimes is it's got enough bounce to clear stuff off the board and keep fighting. So you can keep kicking the shit out of them and then kill them. Yes, Tree of Life coming in my hand on turn 1 is generally not good. You need it, but not now. Alright. Coin Muckler is good here. We actually have a pretty much perfect curve for the state of the game. It's fantastic. It's about as good as it gets. We may even get mill. Yes, I know I can coin turn 8 Tree of Life. I have no intention of doing that because that's dumb. Makes much more sense to gain a tempo advantage early so that you can try and control the board and not allow it to get to that crazy state where you just can't win. As funny as this deck is, you still, like, the idea really is to kill them with fatigue, and I've done it several times, but in order to do that, you need some board control. You can't just sit there taking hits. Icelands. Alright. It's kind of annoying that he burned a card to do that. Obviously, I'd like to hit him, but I would like to mill him more, and I'm not going to get to do that now. Unless I pull my other Cold Light, which I didn't. Oh. I mean, I guess we just play the Cold Light right now. Hello, Naturalize. Okay, so we actually have a mill opportunity coming up, depending on what he plays. So, I mean, if he drops a Season 4, I'd probably recycle it. Sure. Don't really... The problem with Druid is, I mean, you can brew Oracle. I am considering adding brews to this deck. But that really does make it more of a mill deck, which it's not actually a mill deck. I think that was a particularly efficient way of doing things, but hey. He's burning cards, and I'm not getting to mill him, so hey, why not? And that's never going to get anything done. I'm just tempted to naturalize my own dude. In fact, I really tempted to naturalize my own dude. The other thing I could do is Poison Seeds, which would actually get rid of the freezing. Because that's going to die next turn. Alright, fuck it. Maximum bad mana. We're naturalizing our own Muckler. And we're making him draw 2 cards, which will cause him to burn. Oh, bye-bye Flame Strike. Oh, yes. Dark Heresy is not going to happen until after chemo's done. So, it's not coming back for months. It's the same reason I'm not casting right now. Dark Heresy is exhausting. It's a 4-hour session. I could barely manage the podcast. And the only reason I keep doing the podcast is because it's a major earner for the channel. So... yeah, that was worth. Like, burning the Flame Strike, absolute worth. We don't have any more mill in the hand, that's the main problem. Again, I am tempted to add Brewmasters to the deck, but it does break theme. You could argue that it allows you to give more gifts, though. So maybe adding 2 Youthful Brews to the deck would be good. Because that lets you play Cold Lights a little bit more. That is probably a Vaporize. So I would much rather run my Arcane Golem into that. And if it ends up being a duplicate, I can kill it. It's not. Okay. Well, we could find out if it's an ice block. Yeah, it's a Vaporize. I'd much rather lose my Arcane Golem to a Vaporize than lose my Death Lord, because that potentially gives him a big tempo swing. Well, I'm not going to discuss financials about the podcast with a stream. That's not going to happen. All I can say is I'm really happy with how the podcast is currently doing, and it's doing better on my channel than it was on Polaris' channel. Wow, he polymorphed to Deathlord. That's... you generally don't do that. That's really good for me, because it means that that's 1 polymorph gone, which makes Malorn... hello, mill opportunity. It makes Malorn much less risky to play. Like, Mage is the one class you don't want to play Malorn against because of polymorph. But... now that he's burned 1 poly, I'm pretty happy. And he just lost a Frostbolt, I think, which is good. Yes, don't pull him off a Deathlord ever. The only time you should do that is if it's blocking you from getting to the face and getting lethal. Silverhand Knight. That's... he's going to ping it, so... if he has any damn sense, anyway. Thing is, I've got Rogues do it, which is ideal. I could play Malorn again, but the thing is, bear in mind, he's running 2 polymorphs, so I want to try and bait out both of them. he didn't ping it. I guess he wanted to play Scarlet Crusader. So, I have Blingtron. I'd rather just Rogues do it, I think, and then hit that. And then hit that. Is that the best way? No, actually, I think Deathlord's better. We play the other Deathlord. So Rogues do it on the 4-4. We play the other Deathlord and we hit the face. That makes more sense. Yeah, Polaris is still doing fine, like, views-wise. It's just putting out a lot of other content, but at the end of the day, you know, I said it before, it's a internal issue between me and Polaris. We don't have any problems business-wise, but we have a disagreement about that channel, so it just made more sense to move the podcast content off of that channel. It's just how it is. And again, the podcast is doing a lot better on my channel than it was on Polaris, so I'm happy with it. Plus, honestly, like, I can do the editing in 20 minutes. I can make the audio podcast and the video file in 20 minutes flat, and I can do that and have it up on time every time, no problem. I don't know why Polaris was having problems with it, but they were, so I was just like, fuck it, it's just easier this way. I was just horribly sick of the iTunes feed not being updated in months. I was sick of the shows coming out late, and I was sick of the shows being buried under other shows. It's like, the podcast would come out, and then they'd release 6 episodes of some random thing that they recorded. And I was like, what are you doing? I don't know. It's very strange. Has he gone AFK? Because I think we might be able to win now. Yes, he appears to have gone AFK. That's just brilliant. Okay, well, at least we have a victory. At least we're looking like we're getting a victory with this anyway. I'm tempted to play Blingtron here, but it's actually kind of a bad idea. So I'm going to play Arcane Golem instead. Thank you very much. Don't know why I'm playing Zombie Chow. That's kind of stupid. But if he's AFK, I guess it doesn't matter. Well, we get a win, folks, but we got it against someone that left because his mother was offering him a hot dog or something, so that's lovely. That's just brilliant. I'm so happy. I think we'll switch over to the Pirate Rogue deck. Have a few games with that. Yes, okay. Hit the face. Oh no, he lost his arcane missiles. GG. Win's a win. I have a new legendary deck. The problem is you still have no low-cost legendaries. You can play it. I mean, I might put one together now and we can just roll it out, but it's pointless. Like, the amount of wins you get with a legendary deck these days, even really low-rank players are still running good budget net decks that will destroy the legendary deck. You just can't. I've been trying out some other stuff, like, these are just like concept decks. Fury of the Winds 2 is an upgraded version of the Maximum Win Fury deck. This actually works. I've got quite a few wins with it. It's a very aggressive deck. Combo deck, of course. Heal to Death 2 is a variant on the original Heal to Death. It's got a few more things in it. It's got things like Shadow Boxer in there and Light of Naru or whatever. Ups and Downs was a sort of experiment on every card has a disadvantage, but it's shit. You just can't win with it. And then the Summoning is all about cards that summon other cards and also loses all the time. So, yeah, there was that. I have a Stealth Road deck, of course. That's something that Krendor played. It's actually surprisingly not terrible. God, I need more than 9 deck slots. They need to fix this shit. It's farcically bad. I don't know who you'd play, though. I like playing Warrior for the Legendary deck because it has a 6-drop Legendary. And generally speaking, you don't have that. I mean, if we have a look at the Legendaries, you'll see that the curve on the Legendaries is still awful. Even after putting in new Legendaries. The cheapest Legendary they put in the expansion was a 5-drop, and that's Blingtron. Outside of that, they put Hermit Nestingwary in there, which is also a 5-drop, which is a pretty bad card in my opinion. It's very situational, and 6-3 is a terrible stat line, so You also got Mimiron's Head, which again in a Legendary deck is pointless because you'll never have 3 mechs. Gazlowe you get at 6, again pointless in a Legendary deck. Moga the Ogre is 6, so that's good. But outside of that, if you look through the class stuff, you get Malorne, who's a 7. You get Gazrilla, who's a 7. You get Archmage, you get Flame Leviathan, who's a 7. Bolvar, who's a 5. Bolvar is bad in the Legendary deck, because you generally don't have a lot of Legendaries die. This is really good in a deck where you've got a lot of weenies. You get Vol'jin, who is a 5. Trade Prince Gallywix, who is a 6. Neptulon's a 7. Mal'Ganis is a 9, and then Iron Juggernaut is a 6. So, you can pad out your mid-game a little bit more than you used to. But outside of that, it's kind of sucky. I think if you were going to make the Legendary deck, you have to either make it with Paladin. I wouldn't make it, I don't know, maybe with Priest. You could still justify it even if you don't have any spells. 4 mana heals are pretty good. And then you've got Iron Juggernaut. This, I really like this. I really like doing it with Warrior because of Iron Juggernaut. The problem is that you have no way to make your opponent draw a lot of cards, so Iron Juggernaut is maybe not that great. Priest lets you survive a little longer, but the thing is it's the same principle with Warrior as well. I wouldn't do it with Warlock. You'll never live. You won't live long enough. Like, even you will never get to turn 9 to play these cards, so it's utterly pointless. Like, the only way you could do it is maybe do a variant where you take Mal'Ganis and Jaraxxus, and then you take 2 Void Callers. Druid kind of sucks again, because it's a 7-drop, it's very slow. There's a lot of really good 9-drop legendaries, you don't need to have Cenarius for that. I like Priest for that. I maybe like this, but you'll never combo out a good Edwin, so generally speaking, this is bad too. This is okay because of Neptulon, gets you more bodies on the board, and this is okay. But yeah, I think let's roll up a Priest one. I can see a Priest one working. See if we can get 1 win with this. That would be impressive. Okay, so you take Cho, you take Millhouse, you probably take Pagel for draw, you take Mukla, you take Tinkmaster, you don't take Rivendare, you take Murkai for charge maybe, you take Blingtron, you ignore Captain, you take that. You probably take Starlig and Fugan. Does anyone know why Blizzard hasn't given us more deck slots? Because Americans are too stupid and they don't know how to buy the right card packs, so we can't be trusted with more. It's that simple. You take Loetheb, absolutely. You probably don't take Leroy. I know, maybe you do. It's a pretty good finisher. You certainly take Harrison Jones because he's incredible. I think there's like a lot of 5s here. Fugan is a good stat line. I wouldn't take Hermit. I don't know, maybe you take Hermit. You take Cairn, definitely. You take Hogger. You don't take Illidan because you're not playing a lot of cards. You take Myexna because you get great trades. You take Mogar because he's just hilarious. You take Sylvanas because she's amazing. You take Black Knight because it's great. You take Geddon because it's great. You take Boon because it's great. You don't take Trog. I don't know. Maybe you take Trogzor. Having a little bit of anti-spell is not terrible. You take Kel'Thuzad, obviously. You take Faux because it's great. You take Sneeds because it's great. Ragus because it's great. Alexstrasza because it's great. And you probably take Ysera, Onyxia, Deathwing. And then you're like, here's my curve. It's fucking terrible. And then you go back and you say, hey, here, Vol'jin and Velen. And then you maybe take 1 more 5. You probably take either Hemet or Leroy. Or you take Starlig, so you get the combo. Take Starlig. Yeah, so that's what a legendary deck looks like in the expansion. Basically, there's still not enough cheap legendaries to make it really work. So, that's how you'd run it, I think. You get a shitload. Basically, you have to survive till you can start dropping 5s. If you get lucky, if you can coin Millhouse, or you can play, or coin Mukla, and actually have it stick, then you're in a pretty good position. I wouldn't take Toshli. I don't know. I don't like Toshli. He's okay. 5/7 for 6 plus double spare part is not the worst. I like Velen because of survivability. Like, the 4 mana heals are really good. The main problem is that if you're at that point, you're probably dropping 8-9 mana legendaries. So then you're not able to actually heal at all. You could debate taking Velen out and maybe dropping Toshli in instead. Alarma bots are obviously really hilarious and might work, so I guess just on the off chance that we can pull it off, we'll maybe take 2 Alarma bots for laughs. What does Ancestor's Call do anyway? You could probably play a high-cost acceleration legendary deck. If you went Druid and you went double Wild Growth, double Innovate, maybe. Yeah, let's take some Alarma bots, just because they're funny. Take 1, and we could probably ditch Pagel. And take Alarma bot there. Draw's not actually that bad. There we go. So that would be a Priest Legendary, I think. Let me have a look at that Shaman thing. I'm a little interested in it. I think just playing 30 Legendaries is bad, because you just can't win with it. I wouldn't get... No, you don't get rid of Murkai. It's the only 4-drop you got, and it's reactionary. You don't get rid of... You do not get rid of Murkai. He's actually good. You can make it work. No, I don't know what Ancestor's Call does. I've never seen it. Where is it? Where is it? Put a random minion from each player's hand onto the battlefield. Huh. Okay. Yeah, I could see that being fairly amusing. That's like a more reliable Alarma bot. I'm also tempted... What if we ran that and double Farsight? And then everything else legendaries. So you run 26 legendaries and then Ancestor's Call and Farsight. What if we did that? Let's do that. Let's just scrap that idea. And let's go with the Shaman variant instead. I don't really like it because the curve's shittier, but you can change that by using these 2 things. So if we get double Ancestor's Call, double Farsight, and then we go legendaries. So it's a 26 legendary with minor acceleration. So we take Neptune and Alexia, because they're both pretty good. And we don't take Thalnos. We take Cho, Millhouse, Mukla, Tinkmaster, Murkai. We actually do take Murkai because it has synergy with Neptune now. We take Blingtron, Elite Tauren Chieftain, Harrison Jones, Starligan Fugan, Lower Theb. We take Ken, we take Hogger, we take Myexna, we take Sylvanas, Black Knight, Geddon, Boom. Only use 8/8s. Yeah, I mean you could afford to take the higher level stuff. No, it doesn't work with the battle cries, that's the problem. Ragnaros, Kel'Thuzad, Foe Reaper, Sneed, Alexstrasza, and probably Ysera. I can see the point with Greenskin and Blingtron, but the idea that you'd have the combo for both is highly unlikely. What you do have, you always take Harrison Jones with Blingtron though, because there's combo potential there. Yeah, so you don't really want things with battle cries, which is why Alexstrasza is actually terrible. Do we need I don't know. Yeah, we kind of do need him, but what can we junk for him? Because we need some of the early game. Maybe we don't need as much. This is a very, very bad track. Let's not listen to it. You keep Black Knight, obviously. It's too good otherwise. What do you junk in favor of, like, a Deathwing? Nosdormu, in the rare occurrence that you actually get to play it, it is rare. I don't think you throw Alexstrasza at all. I think you need Alexstrasza. Alexstrasza enables some actual win conditions. Tinkmaster, we already have him. Dr. Boom without the battle cry is a 7/7 body. But that's it. The thing is, like, it's also a 7 mana, which means you're not necessarily going to be summoning it via Ancestor's Call. You can get it via other things. I like my Exner. It's a 6 and it trades for literally anything ever. which is kind of good. I don't know if I'd want to throw that away. Cho's too funny. You can't fucking... I don't know, I guess you get rid of Cho, but he's like one of only 2 drops you've got. Alexia is kind of shitty. I admit. Dumping Kel'Thuzad is not a thing. Like, even getting 1 legendary back through Kel'Thuzad is amazing. Maximus proc doesn't kill through Divine Shield, because it doesn't count as damage. Damage has to be more than 0. Absolutely do not get rid of Tink Master. You need that Tink Master. Hogger, maybe. He's like the only taunt you got, though. We'll get rid of Alexia, and we'll replace him with Deathwing, just for completeness. No, we're not dumping Murkai because he has Neptulon synergy, and I like him anyway. He's a nice little reaction card that can, like, get you a turn, basically. The whole point of... The only way you ever win with this deck is if you actually survive till the late game, and having something that can respond to, like, a 3-2 on the board and not die is incredible. And Murkai can do that. Yes, the mana curve is terrible on this deck, of course. Alexia is good. Alexia is very good with the legendary deck because you can generally drop on an empty board. Yeah, but I mean, with Geddon, you just don't play him. Like, it's that simple. It's like, oh, you have a Hogger on the board? Well, don't play Baron Geddon then. It's that simple. This could get very interesting. So we actually hold on to everything here. We play turn 2 Cho. We might get multiple Cho silliness here, so this could be interesting. We have our Ancestor's Call, though. I know, Geddon is nice for board clear against big weenie decks, because you don't otherwise have any. Hello, Cho. Let's see how this goes. Well, yeah, this... Like, if you want to... Hello, I get a free coin. I mean, that's great. Look at that. I can get Ancestor's Call next turn thanks to this. I might even give him the coin back. I'm feeling super jelly. Super generous here. No, what do you... No. No, that is... No. No. No, that's... Don't do that. Yes, it was a mistake. That is not in any way okay. Okay, so we might get Ysera, or we might get anything else. Okay, here we go. Here we go, folks. We're giving him Ancestor's Call as well. This is going to get really interesting. What are we getting? What do we get? Yeah! The value! What a nightmare. Wow, if Cho lives, this is going to get very interesting. And he didn't get his Battle Cry on his Fire Elemental, so that's not bad. I mean, obviously, it's actually... That can actually kill Ysera. It's the only thing on his board that can, but... That is the value right there. He killed Cho! Look, Cho gave you Ancestor's Call, you ungrateful fuck. Why would you? Damn, I was going to do Old Murkai Nightmare to kill the Fire Elemental, but now I can't do it because he got the Stone Claw right. Actually, of course, what the fuck am I talking about? Of course I can still do that. Oh my god, another Ancestor's Call. Oh, but the stuff I've got is kind of crappy now, so... Alright. And this is why you questioned my Murkai. You did, and look what it's doing now. It saves the arse of Ysera. And it stays on the board until next turn. Which is ultimately pointless, because you'd have to be a moron to run anything into it, but regardless. He didn't use the Fire Elemental. He had no choice. I pulled it from his hand. Alright, this is going well. This is not a bad little start here. Yeah, I think this is a lot more fun variant of, because you can go 30 legendaries, but it's shitty, it's boring, because you have no way to accelerate any of it, and you usually just lose. Now this is funny. See, E-Train, it was gonna die anyway! Don't do that, it was going to die! I mean, I'm happy, don't get me wrong, that's incredible, what the fuck, why the value? But seriously, what are you even doing? Okay, Lower Theb, no spells for you. And he also has an Ancestor's Call as well, so double Ysera Awakens. This is going to get very interesting. This dragon is going to do pretty well for me. I think I might be beating up a new player, and I feel really bad about it. He's probably going to quit Hearthstone now. I'm very sorry for this. Oh, come on. You know, we've all made those kind of mistakes. Look at it. He's dropping all commons. He's obviously a new player. You know, don't give him shit. That's not fair. But this is incredible. Ysera is just getting the most value you've ever seen. Ancestor's Call is not good here. I'm not going to use it. Well, I will use my Exner, however. Get her on the board. Hello, Dream. Alright, cool. That's always nice to have. It's for battle cries. Yeah, don't blame the guy. Yeah, he doesn't know what hit him. It's not his fault. Look, he got rid of Lower Theb. Well, nicely done. He killed my Lower Theb. And I will probably just blow it up with Ysera Awakens. But regardless, he killed my Lower Theb. I don't even have to do that. I can just hit it with my Exner. That takes it down to, what, 2 health? But it's functional. And this, again, would be why we keep my Exner, because she's great. There we go. My Exner is a good card. Thank you very much. And punch. And I actually have no good legendaries to play. My hand is full of these, which are not actually that handy. We'll probably just, I think we just dream. And we play Maxner again at full health. There we go. That's what I'd like to see. And more Ysera cards, which are all good. So, hard to argue with that. Yeah, double Awakens will finish the game, basically. We can... Do we have Lethal next turn? Yeah, we do. With Nightmare. We Nightmare, hit him in the face, and then double Ysera Awakens, and he dies, so... Oh, here we go! Ancestor's Call! I think I got out a little better than he did on that one. Yeah, this is a much more fun variant. I think I'll do a video on this one. This is much better. Ancestor's Call is an awesome card. Holy shit. Hello, Muckler. You see, I'm getting all my low stuff now that I've got Ancestor's Call, which is very strange. Alright, well, I mean, you are horribly, horribly dead now. Style points. Style points! I am really sorry. That was mean. Well, this deck works, kinda. Let's try again. Yeah, I think with Ancestor's Call, you would never run Alarmabot again, because, I mean, yes, Alarmabot, you get to reuse it, but the chances of it actually proccing, minuscule. You can't stop Ancestor's Call. Obviously, it gives them something as well, but if you have amazing stuff in your hand, and they don't, well, wow. We'll play like, oh shit, son, we have Ancestor's Call again, and Coin! Ooh, fun. I think we toss Fugan here to try and get a higher cost one. Oh, shit! Interesting, okay. Well, it's still going to be turn 3, so we might get dominated anyway, but this will be interesting. This is where he throws down a counterspell and I cry into my soup. This is about as value as you get. The problem is I've got 3 turns to draw shit. And I will. Hello! I'm getting polymorphed. I think that's what's gonna happen. He's getting some good stuff on the board. He'll be able to ping that next turn and start hitting me in the face. Oh my god. Oh, Jesus Christ. Please, taunt. No. Okay, this... Alright, so here's what's going to happen. We're going to pull Tinkmaster, and then we're going to Ancestral Call it, and then concede. Just want to make sure that you know how this is going to go down. Ooh, look at that. He's pinging it. That's very fancy. Alright. Please don't draw something bad. Okay. Here it is, folks. So, we have... Any of these would be incredible. He only has 2 cards in his hand. The chances of him actually having Polymorph, very minimal. This. These are all great. This sucks. Ancestor's Call. Hello, Sneed! And he doesn't have a minion in his hand! Even more value! Sneed is actually the best thing I could have got here because of that 5-2. So he's going to have to sack 2 things into it, and then I get another legendary. I mean, it doesn't get any better than that. Unless he pulled a polymorph, in which case I get to cry into my soup. That's not a polymorph. But he might still have one. Is he going to go face? He might. Face is actually the right call here. I could lose this, guys. It could happen. Actually, I'm really close to dying. This is terrible. Despite my incredible start, I think we're going to lose anyway. So he's got, what, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and if he has a fireball, I die. That would be awful. But it can happen. Well, he doesn't have a fireball. But I'm probably going to lose anyway. I took so much fucking damage. What can I say? Mage is the anti-fun class. Arcane missiles. Oh my god. Well, I don't think there's going to be any turnaround on this one, I'm afraid. I can't wipe his board. I can get close. Alright, let's see what I get out of Sneed. Rivendare? No. That is not a thing that works. Okay, well. I'm not dead yet. I'm 1 turn away from dying. Unless he just pulls a Frostbolt and kills me.
Well played.
It's a Frostbolt, isn't it? Oh, it's an Argent Commander. Of course it is. Alright. As I said, Mage is the anti-fun class. Like, of all the flavors you could have picked, you chose Mage. Mage basically has very simple, boring answers to everything you could ever do, which means that any fun play that you could ever come up with will be shut down immediately without mercy. So basically, people that play Mages are destined to be administrators in later life. There is nothing. The sad thing is now with GBG, it's very possible to play a mage that isn't anti-fun, but most people choose not to do it. They choose to play the least interesting class with the least interesting skills. Oh well, never mind. Ah, Farsight, okay. Well, you know, again, this is interesting. We threw the Farsight in here because we're playing a very high curve deck. Ah, and an Ancestor's Call too, alright. Unfortunately, we do have 3 turns of getting our asses beaten by a rogue, so there is that. The anti-fun deck is basically maximum spells. It's like, oh, you played a card? I have a card which makes your card go away. Forever. That's what you do. It is the worst. Turn 4 Rag is a possibility. Hello, Blingtron. Didn't really want you. Blingtron is bad here. Because if we Ancestors call Blingtron, that's terrible. Oh yeah, I mean, you could play a fun mage. It's possible. The Echo of Medivh stuff is really hilarious, but most people don't play that. They choose to play the boring mage. The worst mage. Okay, Totem. Taunt Totem. That's always nice. Save us a little bit of damage. That totem at that point is essentially 2 armor. Alright. So we Farsight next turn. We might end up with a pretty bad Ancestor's Call here. Fugan is not a great drop from it. Foe Reaper would be. Alright, Farsight, here we go. Ah, this is pretty good. I can play that reactionary now. Ancestor's Call's a bit of a risk. If we end up with Harrison or Blingtron, it's bad. If we get Fugan, Foe Reaper, or Ragnaros, it's pretty good. So I guess we'll give it a shot. Yeah, I know I don't have to play it. I could. But it's like, if you really want the scary shit on the board, you gotta take a risk. Because he has a bunch of stuff on the board, and I don't have an answer to it right now. I could play Harrison Jones raw, and that would be terrible. Alright, so the probability of getting something which isn't shit is pretty good here. We're going to take the risk. Fugan? Okay, that could have been a lot worse. And he only got an Argent Squire out of that, so that was pretty good. And we have Blingtron next turn, so we can actually start swinging. But we've already, what, 8 health down, and we're going. If he goes face again, we're going to be another 8 health down. He probably will just go face. He's not going to run everything into that. That's the main problem with playing Legendary. You don't... If they've just flood the board early, you kind of die. And he sapped it. Well, that's also anti-fun. And we're going to take 9 damage. Which is not brilliant. You just get beaten down by people that throw down a bunch of cheap shit. He's probably just going to kill me next turn. There's nothing I can really do about it. Yeah. Blingtron. Hello. Alright, well. Take damage. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm not in lethal range yet, but I'm pretty damn close. We actually have the Harrison Jones combo here, but it doesn't matter. He's done too much damage to me. He's just going to kill me. But yeah, I think I'll play this deck for a video. There's always amusing things that we can make happen with this. But basically any aggro deck you lose to. Oh, is he trading? That's actually pretty good. That lets me live a bit more. If he just went face, I'd probably die. But as it turns out, I might actually live here. Because what we can do is we can throw Harrison Jones out, and we can also throw old Murkai out. Actually, no, he just killed me. Okay. Well, thanks. Thanks for making me think like I had some kind of shot. Oh my god. Embarrassing. Yeah, well, yeah, there's some fun games to be had from that, but any of the regular aggro net decks are just going to horribly murder you. Let's do one more. Just one more. There really is nothing you can do in those situations. Nothing. It's not even a case of like, oh, well, they can play around it. No, you just lose. Like... Okay, if I'm playing a hand lock, I'm great. If I'm playing a zoo, I'm fucked. Oh, we did get Millhouse. That's good. That's good. So we can toss Sylvanas. We actually have the ability to contest the early game this time. So, and Hogger. All right, that's not bad. So that's not the worst thing ever. And thankfully, Millhouse doesn't die to Dark Bomb, and most people aren't running Shadow Bolt these days. Because Dark Bomb is just generally better. And Dark Bomb doesn't kill Mana Storm, so that's alright. Yeah, we can make this happen. If Mana Storm trades 2 for 1 and we get Murk out, we can probably survive the early game. And then we can actually make this work. Hello, Ancestor's Call. We don't need you till later. Oh, fuck my life. Thankfully, we do have Millhouse, which makes it very unlikely he's going to be able to buff that Undertaker up high enough to stop me. Usually this would be horrible. Chances are, though, he's going to play fucking Voidwalker, and then I'm going to be sad. But then again, I get to kill the Voidwalker and then the Undertaker, which is pretty good. Alright, well, the Undertaker's going to die immediately, which is excellent. And then that doesn't kill that. So this is about as good as it's going to get. We have Tinkmaster, which I have no intention of playing right now, because that would be silly. But we have a fairly bad hand for Ancestor's Call, so what we're going to do is we're going to throw Murkai out next turn instead. Hello, Coin. What do you got? Coin, Chatter... Oh, well, that's... Yeah, let's go. Okay, good for him. Kind of a semi-trade, I suppose, with Millhouse. Which is fine. Like, that really is all you need with that. And we do not play Tinkmaster, because that is the worst decision of all time. And we get 2 for 1 with this, which is good. Tink the Totem. Look, there's enemy 1/1s on the board, and you want me to Tinkmaster. Are you out of your fucking mind? It's a terrible idea. Absolutely awful. Okay, Ancestor's Call is not an awful play here. So there's Dr. Boom, even if I don't get the Boom bots, is still a 7/7 on turn 5, which is not the worst thing to ever happen. A Deathwing at this point would be pretty good. We're going to do it. We're going to take the risk. I can. All right, I'll take that. And we also wasted his Shattered Sun, so I'm okay with that. That worked out well. Yeah, Tinkmaster doesn't work on... You can't target things now with that. It's entirely random. There we go. Getting Cairn out of that is pretty good. And next turn I can Hogger. So actually, I can stabilize. Oh god, here we go. The fucking zoo is in full effect. Thankfully, he hasn't... And he lost his... That was his second Shattered Sun, so he has no way of buffing his Nerubian Egg. So yeah, he's gonna rush my face, but we do have Hogger, and we can start trading out now, so... We might live. We might live. It is possible. Okay, what can we eliminate? Killing the Pilot and Shredder sounds good in theory, but then we end up in a situation where the Shredder summons something else. That says, if that summons a Doomsayer and wipes his board, it's gonna be brilliant. We can still lose, of course. What do I kill? I mean, the Undertaker, before it gets out of kill range, is probably the best idea. Yeah, I think we get rid of the Undertaker. Alright, so we live for the time being. Kill Creeper, it only spawns 1 spider. The value. Incredible. It summoned an egg! That is a very bad thing for it to summon. He's out of... Oh, no. Fuck, he got something. Alright, well, Deathwing is maybe a thing. We might live long enough, but I don't think so. Dr. Boom is probably the way to go here. But do we lose next turn if we summon that? This is actually shitty. 1, 2... What's he got? He's actually got really low damage on the board. 2, 4, 5, 6 damage on the board. I think we have to summon Boom here, don't we? But this is awful. This is about as bad as it gets. The egg... The fact that he top deck Defender of Argus is ridiculous. I think it's got to be Boom. Boom is the best option. We've got to try and wipe the board in 1 turn. And I don't think we kill the egg. No, because then he'll be able to attack. So we leave the eggs alive, so that at least they have summoning sickness. He's tapping. Can he kill me? Flame him. We've got to live. We've got to live to Deathwing, which is going to take 2 more turns. And he is just going for my face, because of course he is. Because it's a zoo deck and requires literally no thought of any description. Can we live? Unlikely. But Dr. Boom may help us. Maybe. If we can get like a taunt on him. I mean, we could get rid of a lot of stuff here. So we sack both Boom bots. Or do we? Guaranteed kills there. Yeah, because the Boom bots are... If they don't hit the 4/4s, we then basically die, don't we? Tinkmaster is an astonishingly stupid play here. We don't do that. Farsight, maybe. Yeah, I think let's Farsight see if we get an answer. Neptulon. I mean, that's nice, but we probably lose. Let's see what the bombs do. Okay, that... Oh, one? Really? Fuck you. When has that ever happened in the history of Hearthstone? Yeah, that's about as disastrous as it gets. Alright, we have to risk it for the Overspark, I think. And I think we're dead anyway. Pretty much, right? Yeah, we're dead. Zoo requires no skill or thought of any description. Just saying. Alright, well that pretty much wraps me up for the day. Thank you very much for watching. We'll try and get some wins on a video with this deck, as unlikely as it is. The problem is you run into just really boring decks. And they end up just crushing you completely, but hey, whatever. Alright folks, thank you very much for watching. I'll see you next time. Hopefully you had a good Christmas. I certainly did, and good night.